Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us today. We're so excited to have you. You have joined DeepTarget's user group webinar for July 25th, 2019. So thank you for being here, and I have our great sidekicks. I'll start first with Brenda. Hey, Brenda, how are you?
Hey, doing great, thanks.
Great, and then I have Helen.
Hi, good afternoon.
So great to have everybody here today. We're going to do as usual. We're going to try to keep it to about 30 minutes. Might go over just a little bit. We're very excited to have a case study today. So we've got some attendees on hold here, but we'll go ahead and get started. And the topics for today, as usual, we're going to have Brenda's going to talk about digital marketing trends that are going on in the industry that are very important, with some insightful updates there. Of course, Helen's Hints, the ever so popular Helen's Hints component of our presentation today. And then a case study that we think you'll find really intriguing. We're so proud of the participants on that. And then we'll award our Digital Marketing Campaign of the Month and our Digital Marketing Superstar of the Month. So we'll go ahead and get started. Go ahead, Brenda.
Okay, great. Well, we wanted to talk a little bit. We've been doing a lot of research around millennials because they are one of the largest groups, and they are at the age now where they're spending money. Part of them are going to college. The other, on the upper end, they're starting families and buying cars. And so this is a good group to take a look at. So really what I want to do is I've put a lot of information here, and I'm not going to go through it all, but I wanted it, when y'all get your PDF, that you'll be able to read it later. So personalization is very important, again, for the millennials, as we've already talked about many times, but they expect you to know what they need. And so making the right offer with the right channel at the right time is very important to them.
Yeah, exactly. And as all of you know, the millennials have the most financial life events facing them right now. And that's why it's so critically important that you engage them through all of your great offers. So
yeah, and so I just wanted, this is something that we really haven't covered, so I just wanted to stop here for a minute and pause and look at the 4 things that you need to know about millennials. They are in the market for buying homes. 98% of them are financing their homes from a lender. This is a great time to do targeted ads, you know, the mortgages, the car loans. But it's important, too, that you look at millennials tend to shop with a monthly payment in mind. So instead of saying, say, 10% or, you know, something like that, you could say decrease your monthly payment. You know, if you talk their language, that might be good in an ad. Also, they're a cashless movement. They don't like to carry cash because that's inconvenient. They like to carry a credit card. So credit card offers would be very important for this demographic. So again, you look at the life stage, you've got the young ones who are going to college and going to need college loans, and you look at the older ones that are starting careers and growing their families. So it is a wide group that has a lot, that represents a huge portion of the audience.
Right, and so I'm not sure how many of you guys out there are millennials, but we know that you also like to be engaged personally. And so that's a really big component that we're going to talk about here. And you can do that in a couple ways. You need to approach them based on things that are of interest to them. So Helen's going to show some great images to engage them. That's also the wording, the messaging that you have, call to action, and overall, the personalization. Make sure you remember, and we're going to show some examples of that you can actually put their first name into each ad. Okay?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Brenda.
Okay, yeah, and just one other thing, when you get the PDF, you can look at this more, but it just talks about how each of the segments gives you a little bit more information on how you might be able to target those ads, from physical rookies to lone rangers all the way to kids and cul-de-sacs. So it's just a good little resource for you.
Exactly. And if you pay close attention to what their interests on the asset side down below, talking about whether they're more inclined to rent or buy, what's their education level, and then what is their employment status, so to speak. So, and finally, the financial goals at the bottom is really a great indicator. So great article.
Yeah,
really.
It was a great article. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Helen's hints. All right.
Awesome.
Today's topic is talking about multi-generational targeting. Now, what does that mean? That means that maybe you have a single campaign, you might call it, maybe for savings or something, and you want to encourage multiple age groups to open accounts that could be for different kinds of savings, but also you might want it to target just particular individuals. So let's think about that. In this particular example I'm going to use is for targeting the individual who is saving. Now, the focus on this webinar this month is looking at saving for education or college, maybe a 529 or just general savings. So this particular way to do this is target the individual who's 18 to 26. So these are the folks that may have a job. They may be able to, put some cash away. That may they might not have a lot of cash, but they may be able to do that because they know their college costs are going up. So usually that's kind of your college age group.
Right, and you want to instill the habit of saving early on, and share with them all the multiple product types you have for saving, whether it's CD, IRA, and so forth, regardless. Okay, great. And
another way to do that is to target the parent. Particularly if you've got a younger, I want to say young parents and even older parents. So look at the age group here. We're looking at 30 to 59. So if you're 30 years old, you might have very young children, but you might want to go ahead and get a 529 or something set up for them.
Right.
And then you might have the older parent who has an older child who, you might not have the 529, but you might have some other kind of savings accounts that you want to contribute to for them. So these particular images that we're using here are for the younger, or, focused on the younger looking kids and the younger parents. But, certainly, that 30 to 59 age range, you can do a lot with your graphics.
That's right. And who can't identify with these images here? Who hasn't taken shots just like this with your own kids or even your grandkids? Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're appealing to the parent to do something for their children.
That's right.
And so if you get them to have accounts for their children, maybe your likelihood of increasing your lower age demographic for your institution, because they may already have an account there. So if you have an institution who has an aging demographic, this might be a good way to get some of the younger folks involved.
And we've talked about it many times in the past, but you only have 2 seconds to capture the attention of consumer at any generation level. And the first minute and a half is the image, and I said minute. Second and a half is an image, and the last half second is the main message. So that'll draw them in. So remember that when you're creating. Right?
So far we've touched on the individual who might be saving. This is targeting the parent, and then the next one is you can even target the grandparent. So this is even an older demographic. And, you talk about legacy, you talk about what you can do for your grandchildren, because, a lot of parents that are older, they don't care about their kids anymore. They just care about their grandkids. So, you can kind of appeal to that.
That's right. Who needs the most help? Well, that's questionable, too. Okay.
Yeah, so you're tackling it from all different ways, right?
That's right. Great.
That's right. So, really the focus this month really was looking at different, generational targeting for, a same purpose. So this is to get something for maybe the younger generation there.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. And as usual, we put some new images in the image library. And this month we're focusing, you can look, it looks like all books and school and everything. So this is back to school time. So you can use these, these are college age individuals, but you could use these for student loans. You could use these for, savings as well.
Right. Good.
And the next group are some grandparents and grandchildren. So those are ways that you can use that for, targeting your legacy.
That's right.
There.
Awesome. Good.
Okay. And so one of the other things we'd like to just make sure you are aware of are our customer success meetings. These are just 30-minute meetings with Helen. You can ask questions. You can go over what performance. You look at your analytics. You can talk about your framework and what you're going to do like the next couple of months. But it's just a great way to be able to get, get ahead of the ball game and get planning, but have somebody that really knows and talk to a lot of people so she knows best practices. So.
And exactly, and that's a big piece of it is we can share with you what other customers are using and finding success with. So it's a great feedback loop, best practices across all of it.
And we want to use that session as a working session, just a one-on-one working session just with you.
Right.
And just to look, take a deep dive into what you're doing and to maybe do some little tweaks here and there so you can get better performance.
Yeah. So we look at your data, and then we've had a couple of people that didn't have ad rotation turned on. We turned it on.
That's right.
And then boom, it's just amazing what just little tweaks can do.
That's right.
And so here's some things that people are saying. They liked the success meeting. It was good to have a refresher on what they should have been doing. It was nice to have a review meeting just to go through the best practices. And someone said that DeepTarget stands out to us because of their continuing engagement to make us successful. And that's what we're here for. We're here to make you successful. And so please reach out and set up one of these success meetings with Helen, and we'll have just shoot us an email.
Or we'll be reaching out to you.
Yep.
But get to us first because this calendar fills up. I mean, how many? You did quite a few review meetings, success meetings last week, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
but
great.
This is for you. Okay.
Boom.
All right. This is the fun part.
Case study of the month.
Yeah.
So go ahead and go to the next slide, Brenda.
All right.
We're going to turn on the mic, and we've got Gas Credit Union out there. Teresa, Christine, are you there?
We are.
Hello.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
We're doing really well, thank you.
Awesome. Yes, you are. And we're going to talk about that. So Teresa and Christine run the system, DeepTarget system for both online banking and mobile. About $340 million in assets there and growing, and 26,000 members. And what's the trivia about Gas, Helen?
Their name is Saginaw spelled backwards.
That's right. So if anybody was going, Gas, they must be a gas utility. No, they're Saginaw spelled backwards.
So we know where they are.
That's right.
There you go.
And it's time for you to shine. So let's get into the whole case study here. Thank you. So first of all, Gas has a great website. Teresa, Christine, where did you guys come up with the colors and the sun, the smiling sun, everything? Have you had that look for some time now?
We have had that look for about 5 years, and it was actually our CEO who had the tagline and the sun idea, and it's worked well for us.
That's awesome. That is just great. And we're spotlighting, incidentally, on this website, this special welcome home offer. And so it's being replicated for this particular mortgage offer across the website, social media, and so forth, right, Teresa and Christine?
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. So let's see how it's been doing inside of DeepTarget. So this is the overall campaign framework that Teresa and Christine are utilizing. And you can see there is a broad set of informational campaigns at the top. There are some very targeted happy birthday across the bottom. And then there are the category level campaigns that are targeted auto loan, consumer loan, credit card, mortgage, HELOC, and we're going to focus on that mortgage. So they actually have utilized a series of mortgage campaigns over a period of time. So let's take a look at that.
Okay.
So here's the campaign category analytics report, which is one click of the button under the reports drop down, and here are all the categories. We've actually backed up the date to March 1st from earlier this week, and these are the results across the board. And if you'll see, the one that's got the most responsiveness is actually the second one. You can't see because they're such a great broad mix, you can't see the title of the category, but it's actually the mortgage category. And if we now take a quick look at between online banking and mobile, we'll see that actually they're roughly even, about 1,000 unique impressions off at the top, but at the bottom, almost double the actually click-throughs in this period. And we backed up all the way to March on purpose to show you a broad spectrum of the ads that Christine and Teresa have implemented. And Teresa, Christine, in your opinion, has the mortgage campaigns been successful for Want a Gas?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. We try to do a whole format across the board.
That's right. That's right. So let's take a look at what they've done. So inside of just the mortgage category, we've expanded that for the same time frame, but now you can see there's actually been, over that course of time, a total of 10 mortgage loan campaigns running. So some very particularly targeted, and the ones on the left are the ones that we're going to focus on, which are primarily the higher resulting ones, higher number of impressions and responsiveness. But they've also been very well, I'll say, almost gamified, right?
Yeah.
So let's take a look at how that's performed. So now we're doing the historical view. Remember, for the same time frame, for just the mortgage category, we're actually showing the historical view of how they, if you will, transacted over time. And there's a series. So on the top left, there's actually if you will, with a blue line, a category, a campaign executed, then a gold, then a green, and so forth. So Brenda, let's do them one at a time and take a look at what was executed here.
All right.
So first of all, there she goes. So here's the first campaign that came out early this year, so into the March timeframe, and it offered $750 off for off of the closing costs. So this is the online banking and the mobile representation. Great smiling couple in the doorway of their new home. And what do we see on the online banking? We can see it's personalized as well. And then, so that executed, they turned that off, and then on came the next, if you will, assembly of online banking and mobile. And this one actually offered a $500 gift card. And so, a little hard to tell, but the responsiveness actually went up. Impressions went up, and responsiveness went up via clicks. So they then let that run for a month, turned it off, and the next one showed the same kind of look and feel. Great responsiveness. We think this is probably part of the timing of the year. People are really looking for the mortgages. Great look and feel again, and then one more. And then they repeated that same $500 gift card. In fact, it was running the whole time. But again, responsiveness up, really great level of click-throughs. And then finally one more, Brenda. And then they flipped back to the $750 off campaign. And in this case, the impressions are down a bit and the responsiveness is down a bit. But what does that tell us overall? So Helen, I'm going to look to you. And what did we see from this level?
For all of those, you see personalized
That's
and
right.
gamified.
That's right.
So, you're seeing the person's name on there, but you're also showing an offer that is going to be appealing because they want cash or they want some reduction in closing costs. So that's appealing to
That's right. And we think that again, the life events, financial life events facing millennials is home purchases.
Right.
And we know millennials like cash. And so a discount offer might not be as strong as a $500 gift card. So we swing it over to you, Teresa and Christine. Do you think the demographic of those responsive were more interested in the cash?
Well, it looks like it. And that's good to know. It's good to know we have a new promotion that starts in August where we're offering cash. So that should be super popular.
That's right.
Yeah, and one thing too to consider with the millennials, they are when you start running credit cards, they are big into the rewards. They're all about the rewards, the cash, how
right, cash back. That's right.
Cash back. That's what they're interested in.
That's right.
Hey, David, just one other thing about this. What I like that you guys did was you ran an ad, then you turned it off, did something else in between, and then turned it back on. So you are really, it's not like you're throwing these ads away, you're reusing your ads. And I think that's a great strategy.
And I've got a comment to make for everybody, just to take a look at how the ads that they did do, particularly in the online banking side, all the call to action is at the bottom. So for that particular campaign, that was that mortgage, everybody knew, it had a consistent, know where to go to click and look at that. Had they moved that to a different area, maybe the responsiveness might have been different. But I think that's good to have that consistency across all that for all those
and all your call to actions are in the same color. So, you're not making your audience rethink anything. I think that's really good.
Exactly. And I love that the personalization's at the top.
Yep.
So it immediately, remember, the image grabs attention, then their name shows up, and then they want to read more. And I can't help but love the fact that the little happy sun is floating around in every one of the ads. So this is a great set of ads. You guys did a wonderful job. Let's see what the results look like, though.
Okay.
So one of the other things that they did as a part of this was actually prioritize. And so they have a continual prioritization showing up. And the next slide, Brenda. They are actually doing ad rotation. So you can see the ads rotating 10 of them for a delay of 5 seconds each. So that means maximum impressions going on. And so that's a great best practice. And so keep going, Brenda. So what did that mean overall? So here are the number of accounts opened for the first half of the year. They have been running the campaigns full on through this time period. But if you'll notice, they had the spike, almost double number of mortgage in the April timeframe, the month of April. So 15 for that month, 48 for total for the first half of the year. Phenomenal results, right?
Yeah.
Teresa, Christine, is that pretty good?
Woohoo! It is good. We love it. It's all about loans.
Was that up from last year at this time period?
Oh, I can't recall off the top of my head.
But I guarantee you it is. So let me ask you one other thing that we didn't ask earlier. About how much time does it take you to put up each ad? Each of these different months?
It really just depends. I mean, I would say a couple hours going through and just creating some new ones. We usually try to do one ad that has the same look and feel of our promotional flyers that are in our branches, the images that are on our website, just so it has the same consistent look and feel. And then we normally have another generic mortgage ad, so 2 during a month period. That's just more generic, simple.
That's
So
right.
I would say a couple hours it takes us, to create some new stuff and build it out in DeepTarget, because, everyone's so busy nowadays. But we try to swap them out every 30 days just to keep a rotation and keep it on people's mind.
Great. And DeepTarget's easy for you, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so let's take one more final overall view. So this is the manager report that for Wannagas, and if you'll notice in the June timeframe, fantastic results, KEI of 30 overall and a KMI of 55. So in June, on average, 30 users to get a click, unique users, and on average, 55 unique users to actually get an account open. So that's fantastic results, amazing, absolutely. So guys, we want to thank you for allowing us to show your results and for you guys being on here today. We'd be remiss without saying, is there any final comments you want to say as digital marketing professionals that you guys are? Anything else you want to add?
Well, we just, we value the partnership that we have with DeepTarget. We've been using DeepTarget through our online and mobile platform for the last 2 years, and we definitely see a benefit advertising where our members are. We like the dashboard, it's easy to use, personalized, and, the reports are helpful for us. We appreciate all of your help.
Well, our pleasure. Thank you so much. So if you guys will hang on for just a second, we've got a couple more things we want to show real quick. So it's Deep Target Award time! Hey! So who can be our digital marketing campaign of the month winner? It is...
Oh, my gosh!
Who could that be? Lisa and Christine.
Y'all didn't know.
You did. There was no idea. Are you excited? That's it. Well, good for you guys. You deserve it.
That.
Great work.
She does a lot
we'll get a plaque. So we'll get a plaque out to you next week, and we'll want you to take a picture of it with you, and we'll share that as well. So thanks again for being on the webinar here today, and all the great work that you're doing. So, and one last thing, Teresa and Christine told us that several other credit unions have called them curious about their results with DeepTarget, and we want to thank both Teresa and Christine for taking those phone calls and sharing with them the results they've had with DeepTarget. So that's great. Thank you guys for that. Okay, and then one more award for the day. Digital Marketing Superstar, who could this be? And it is Eagle One Federal Credit Union. Danielle and Terry have done an outstanding job with their engagement. 11 users on average to get a click overall with their campaign results is fantastic. And here are the results, specifically the KEI at 11 and the KMI at 41. So fantastic results, 290 clicks last month and 78 influenced sales overall. Fantastic work for them. Big round of applause.
That's incredible.
Way to go, guys. Okay, so that's everything that we wanted to cover today. We're so proud of our winners. We're so proud of all of our customers. And we're so proud of you guys engaging us. And please, we'd like to do a success meeting with you as soon as you're ready so that we can help you see your results and continue to improve them. Okay? So thank you guys so much for your time today. I think right at a half hour in the webinar, perfect, so the rest of you guys can get back to your day and have a great day, and thank you for joining us. Okay?
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.